Okay, real quick video covering all assets. Here you can see the markets, at least the S&P, looking like they want to go higher actually. So S&P is pretty strong over here. Pre-FOMC, the Nasdaq, not so much. Some poor earnings of tech stocks, just send it back down roughly to support, ready to bounce back and test the highs if we do go higher, of course. Dow Jones, that one which had a late run, that still looks strong, but look at that, touched resistance perfectly. So they're all just ready to squeeze higher, I can't believe it, or flush lower, of course. Everything depends on FOMC, so that's why I'm doing a quick video. No point in reading into things too much. Russell just unable to break out until maybe the FOMC, so everything is just pinning on the FOMC. The banks actually were a bit weaker, at least yesterday, not yet ready to continue the breakout. Look at this though, XLF above the descending breakout. KB and KRE were reds, but it's just they're unable to reach higher. No one's allowed to go forward until the FOMC. That's how it feels for me. Interest rates real quick for me. Okay, the 1 year is the exception. It just keeps wanting to make new highs. That's why I didn't care about the breakdown of this ascending. So for me, ready to go higher. It'll probably be all the way up at 5.52 before FOMC. The rest of them, to be honest, they bounce off the support perfectly and they're just staircasing higher, probably waiting for the FOMC to go back up. I think they'll go back up once the FOMC delivers 25 basis point projection, because it's all baked in. So for me, it's just sideways up for the interest rates. The dollar, now that is, to be honest, that went a little higher than I expected. I thought 100.8 or 101. It's just gone a bit higher, but it's already retracing pre-FOMC. I consider that not exactly a sideways move. It's just sort of, maybe try to get to 102, but no, it's just failed before then. And yeah, it would look like we're going back to 101, so maybe we'll be around 101. Who knows, maybe even 100.8 by the time the FOMC is about to deliver, at which point, maybe we're ready for a flush or some reversal. I think everything's priced in and, we've dropped before the FOMC. I think we're going to go back down after FOMC. There'll be this whiplash, the usual, the statement comes in, down it goes, and it comes back up, then you'll have some press conference. I don't know, there's always a bit of a whipsaw, but for me, the dollar is basically, zoom out. What's it done? It flushed, it bounced, and now, it's hit resistance, what was prior support, so now we're probably going to go down. Now let's look at commodities. Commodities, for me, were pretty impressive, because they are pretty much all just waiting to squeeze, a bit like the markets, but more so. Look at copper. I said copper was making higher lows. It was stronger than, it was strong on dollars on days where the dollar was strong. So for me, copper wants to squeeze, and look at this here, like higher lows, and look how closely these peaks to 3.95 are. You can tell 3.95 is resistance. So I think we're just going to squeeze out. I think as long as the dollar goes down, of course, but who knows, maybe even without the dollar going down, for me, copper looks very strong. Once that 4.2 squeeze of 3.95 to 4.2, so copper looks very nice. Natural gas, pretty similar stuff actually, broke out the descending, and it's just bull flagging here, and this also looks like it wants to go up regardless of the dollar. And to be honest, natural gas doesn't really care about the dollar, so natural gas, that squeezed to 2.9. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but yeah, nice squeeze awaiting natural gas, just like copper. Oil, look at this, it's already done it. Pretty much. I wanted 80, test of 80, and we're there, 80 tested. So do we go to 82, 83, this zone? I don't know, but to me, copper's already proved that it's very, very strong, after proving that it was very resilient down here when it was very, very weak. So yeah, oil's already done what I expected. Can go a bit higher, who knows, probably will, especially if the dollar collapses. So oil, just like natural gas and copper, if not stronger. Uranium also, all four. Look at this. What I wanted was a close above this resistance, and it touched it perfectly. This also indicates it wants to go higher. So uranium also very, very strong, very, very nice chart pattern. Wants to go all the way up to 30, up. So uranium also strong. All four of them are strong. I don't know, oil might be the strongest, uranium second strongest, natural gas, I don't know, no point in ranking them. Gold and silver, now, they went down a little bit more because the dollar went up a little bit more, but, it's sort of holding the same base from before, and sort of making up for the last 2 days. So here we are, basically holding 1950 to 1970 is the range. It's a tight range. $20 is not much when you're trading all the way up in the $2,000 price target. So let's see. For me, it's also ready to squeeze up. Just a bit of consolidation after the move up, but it's holding it. So if we get that dollar flush and commodity squeeze, we should see gold go for 2000. I don't know if it can get 2020 because it's starting from down here, but if not today, then tomorrow. But yeah, I'm looking for that 2020 and then all these record highs to test. So gold still looks good. Silver, that one was very exceptionally strong on the way up, so it came down a bit more. But look at this, nice move yesterday, and so far, okay, today is irrelevant because it's not even started really. But you can imagine a strong day, and we're back up here, if not 26. So 25.25 to 26 on a very, very bullish reaction. Gold, I would say also, just to give a number to it, 19. To be honest, if you're at 1985, you're going to go to 2000. So I would say between 2000 and 2020, if it's bullish move. If it's bearish, then I've covered the resistance points, the support points on the way down. So that's it. Just very quickly on Bitcoin, that is weak because think how much the markets have moved up. I know Bitcoin's moved up 100% from its 15k low, but that's not impressive enough. You know what I mean? Look, the markets have moved up a lot. Okay, they haven't done 100%, but the markets don't do 100% in a few weeks. That's not how it works. But whilst the markets makes new highs, Bitcoin, okay, it works. It has its own news and momentum. Sometimes it's dislocated from all the other markets, but it's just too weak at a very important time for me. Okay, I thought it would go down. It has actually gone down. Look at this flush, but I think more. I think more. It will move with FOMC. It might move with the markets actually today because everyone seems to. On big days like this, everything moves together. But otherwise, if the FOMC didn't exist today, or if it was, or even after the FOMC, I just feel like it should maybe drift lower. It's just not impressive at such an important time. So yeah, just notable stuff that Bitcoin is weak whilst everything else is strong. Okay, that'll do.